It's nice to see that Republicans have come along to climate change. They've decided to try these new tactics that even liberals didn't think of, like changing the orbit of the moon.
The moon's orbit is changing slightly, and so is the Earth's orbit around the sun. We know there's been significant solar flare activity. And so is there anything that the National Forest Service or BLM can do to change the course of the moon's orbit or the Earth's orbit around the sun? Obviously, that would have profound effects on our climate.
When you said it to me, I thought it was a Saturday Night Live skit.
No,
I thought it was a Saturday Night Live skit. He dead seriously in the face said, because of solar flares and the moon's rotation around the Earth, it's getting orbited out a little bit. That's causing our climate change. How can we fix that?
It's one of these things where sometimes people will use words that they don't understand that are bigger to make themselves sound smarter, and then that sort of gives them a little bit of credibility to talk about stuff that they don't really know. And this guy's going, there's solar flares and the orbit of the Earth, so can we change the orbit of the moon or the way that the sun orbits around the sun to fight climate change? And it's what?
I think I've seen this one before. So what you do is you get Bruce Almighty to lasso the moon and then pull it in. We could change it that way. We can get Gru to do it from Despicable Me, steals the moon, and then he can just put it back in. What the fuck is wrong with this thing? Is he watching Bugs Bunny on acid? I don't understand what's going on here.
Well, the best is his name is Louis Gohmert. He asks, is there anything the National Forest Service can do to change the orbit of the moon?
The National Forest.
Yeah. So he's asking this woman who's on the National Forest Service.
Obviously, that would have profound effects on our climate.
I would have to follow up with you on that one, Mr. Gohmert.
Yeah. Well, if you figure out a way that you in the Forest Service can make that change, I'd like to know.
And he straight face goes, well, if you could figure that out for me, let me know. I'd be really interested in hearing you guys figuring that out for me. Thank you.
Okay. All seriousness, how would we change that?
You don't. The ramification. Let's pretend that it's practical, that somehow we've got a machine that can change the orbit of the moon or the orbit of the sun. Firstly, that would change how many days there are in a year or how many hours there are in a day.
That actually would probably kill us, but.
Well, yeah, okay, sure. But and then the moon, the way the oceans, like the tides would change, everything would change, women's periods would be out of sync, and it'd be chaos.
Whoa. We will not be talking about females on this show today. Jesus, Murphy, man. You're going
Long story short, it'd be an apocalypse happening.
It would be. No, you're absolutely correct. And I'm just thinking, like, if this is the moon, do we shoot 50 nukes on one side to kind of try and move it? I don't know if the nukes are big enough. Like, you know what I mean, dude? I just don't know. Like, what the hell is wrong with this guy?
The bottom line is, and I'm gonna dial it back a bit because people are going hard on Republicans for this. This is not a liberal versus conservative thing. This is a boomer versus millennial fight.
Whoa, relax. We're close to boomer age.
No, we're not. Boomer's a generation. We're millennials. This is a boomer versus millennial thing. Millennials understand how technology works. Millennials understand all this. Boomers are like, maybe you could change the orbit of I don't really, these are the people that are in charge of the world right now. How did we fucking survive our childhood? These people fucking raised us, Jean-Marc.
That's how we survived our childhood. Dude, we were sitting in the box of pickup trucks blowing down the road as our parents drank beer in the front seat.
Yeah, now it all makes sense. These guys are the ones that raised us. Now they're talking about changing the orbit of the sun and the moon and the whatever to fight climate change. And we're all going, no, these guys don't get it.
I'm fucking excited. I want to see this.
What? You're excited to see them try and pull this off?
Oh, I'm hoping they try something stupid.
This is why more millennials have to vote so that people like this aren't in power.